Welcome to the show. I'm Alice, and today we have a truly inspiring guest. Dr. Bryant is a renowned psychologist, ordained minister, grid artist, author, and advocate whose work in trauma recovery, mental health, and spirituality has touched countless lives. Dr. Bryant, thank you so much for being here.
Oh, thank you for inviting me.
I'm so excited to speak with you today.
Great, me too.
Let's get started with your life journey. I know you've had quite an eventful life. Why and how did you get into the mental health and spirituality sphere?
Yes. Well, growing up in Baltimore, Maryland, my dad was a pastor, and my mother did a lot of work in women's ministries, and she would conduct women's retreats to enhance people's spirituality and their holistic health. And as a pastor, my dad also provided counseling to members of the church when they were facing crises. And so that's what first got me interested in the idea of therapy, of counseling. And then I heard about the field of psychology was a profession in and of itself. And it felt very much aligned with my personality and my desire to help people to heal and to grow.
I noticed you mentioned holistic. So, what does that mean to you and why is it important?
Yes, it is so important for us to think about mind, body, spirit, culture, all of the different aspects of who we are. And sometimes parts of us get left out. Sometimes we focus a lot on our thoughts, but don't really give room for our feelings. And our feelings provide important information. Or we think about our feelings and our thoughts, but we neglect our bodies. But the body, it can be the site or the place where we're holding stress, where we're holding pressure. And so we want to be intentional about our psychology, our emotional well being, our physical well being, our social and cultural being, for us to have healthy relationships, and then our spiritual well being. And so for us to reflect on ourselves and to consider what are the parts of myself that are being neglected and how can I be more intentional so that I can be healthy in all of these different areas and not just one.
I know you also have a very artistic side. How does that become integrated with everything?
Yes. So growing up, when I was very young, my mom put me in dance classes, and I love it. I love all different forms of dance. The arts are a great way for us to express ourselves, to speak about things that are hard to talk about. So I also love poetry and music and theater. I use visual art as well with my clients, not only with children, but also with adults. It gives us important tools to explore who we are, our identities, to explore what we feel, and to explore also our ideas of what we want for our future, to not be boxed in or limited, but to really be creative about who we can be and what we can do.
I suppose that would also be quite beneficial for healing, and that's something that you talk about a lot as well. So, what does true healing mean to you?
Yes. So, a state of healing is, and it is an ongoing process, but it means that my wounds are not winning. It means that I have reclaimed my life, that I was affected by stress and trauma, but I am not defined by those things. I am not limited by those things. Um, and that I see myself through the eyes of appreciation and validation of what I have been through, what I have survived, and what is still possible for me instead of being burdened by shame, or being burdened by an idea of unworthiness, but instead To heal is to see my own sacredness, to see my own worthiness, and to be intentional of living a life that is nourishing to me.
How would we go about healing? What does that look like to you?
Yeah, a big part of healing requires first acknowledging the wounds. Sometimes we pretend that we're fine, we pretend that things have not bothered us, and when we're pretending, we can't actually heal. So, a first step of healing is recognizing the ways that I have been affected by the painful experiences of my life. And so, once I start to see that, then it gives me permission to make a different choice, to not feel like I just have to respond in this way, but I can start to see whether it's challenges around trust, around anxiety, around depression, around addiction, for me to notice the ways in which I have been disrupted by those pains, but also to not surrender to it and to begin to move in the direction of my own wellness and wholeness.
That was really beautifully said.
Thank you.
Can you share a memorable example of a client's growth after a traumatic experience?
Yes, I worked with a client who was unfortunately at a location where there was a mass shooting. And so initially, understandably, after she experienced that, she didn't want to go out in public. She didn't want to go where there were large gatherings. And she felt very limited by that because before that mass shooting, she was someone who enjoyed going out, going with her friends, attending concerts. And so she set a goal for herself to be able to get back to living. And so it wasn't immediate, but she was able to get to the place where she wasn't walled off, but she could actually go out in public. And, she may have more stress than other people who haven't been through that experience, but she was determined to not let it limit her, and she has not. So it's beautiful to see her outside, living and doing things that she enjoys.
Yeah, it must have felt so incredible to just see her growth after
Yes,
knowing what she was like in the beginning.
that's right. Yeah, it's wonderful to see. It's remarkable because sometimes when people hear that I'm a therapist, they say, like, oh, it must be so depressing. But it's actually inspiring to see the ways in which people grow and heal. Human beings are remarkable. And so I honor where people are in their journey.
Well, speaking of which, after years of working with clients, is there anything that they have taught you? Is what I wanted to ask.
Yes, they teach me courage because, to me, I think about going to therapy as an act of faith. It is you show up to therapy because you believe that things can be better for you. You may not be sure how, but it's just a hope and a faith. And so to see people showing up, even when it's hard, even when the change isn't instant, uh, it is praiseworthy. So I am in awe of my clients and the ways in which they keep showing up.
If you would be open to sharing, I was wondering if you had a difficult or traumatic time in your own life and how you dealt with that and where you are in that journey now.
Yes, thank you so much for asking. A little over a year ago, my mom passed from breast cancer, and that was a really challenging loss. My mom and I are very close, And she has been a big source of inspiration and guidance in my life. And, up until that year had been pretty healthy. So you just like don't really see it coming. And so giving myself permission and space to grieve at my own pace. But also, I will say, I am blessed to feel her presence and to continue to be like inspired by her. My mom was also a writer, and she has some published works, but she also had some unpublished writings in her closet. And so it's been so wonderful for me to be able to pull her journals out and read from them and feel like I'm still getting inspired by her.
When you talk about that presence, is that a little bit of that spirituality that you also talk about?
Yes, definitely. Because I will say, I feel her presence and I feel the presence of God. And both of those give me a sense of comfort and a sense of strength.
In a world full of expectations, distractions, and social pressures, how can we discover our authentic selves and live with a greater purpose?
Yes, I think it's helpful for us to slow down and check in with ourselves because people often have a lot of demands for us, a lot of expectations of what they want. And if we don't pause and think about it, we can end up living our lives based on what other people want. So to live authentically, it in part means slowing down to check in with yourself. Like before you say yes to something, is that something that I actually want to do? And when I also am committed to being authentic, it changes my relationships because instead of just adjusting to what other people want, I start to notice who am I my most authentic self with? In whose presence do I feel more free to be myself? And then those are the people I want to spend time with. Those are the relationships that are important because they don't require performance. Instead, these are people who actually want to know me and who I also really want to know and cultivate relationships with.
That's really beautiful. It can definitely be difficult for some people, depending on how they're raised, to really put themselves first. I wonder, with how you view things, is this something that you were raised with, or is it something that you discovered later on?
I will say it's definitely something I developed later on that growing up, I'll say, especially as a girl and then as a person of faith, we're often told to put everybody else first. And there is a like generosity is important, sharing and kindness are important, but we have to be careful that it doesn't turn into self neglect, that it doesn't turn into self erasure, that it doesn't turn into self sabotage, because those are not healthy. And just like we believe that other people are deserving of a full life, we are deserving of it too. And so, wanting that doesn't make you a selfish person or a bad person. It is that I can honor other people without dishonoring myself.
Yeah, something I had to learn later on as well is putting yourself first can actually be beneficial for your relationships with others as well.
Mhm. Right. It's so true. And then you're more of a self that people can relate to instead of just being a clone or being a puppet or being blank or feeling like you just have to agree with whatever they say.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Looking back, if you could have a conversation with your younger self, what advice would you give her?
Mm. I would I would tell her to be patient because some of the things that I didn't have in those early seasons, I got later in life. And so to not give up on yourself, to not be discouraged because it feels like it's taking a while, to trust the process and to trust that harvest is coming, that better is coming. And so not to settle out of fear or out of anxiety or out of scarcity or out of insecurity, but to be patient and continue to believe in yourself.
That seems to be a very big theme today, this idea of patience with yourself, with others, with life in general.
Yes, because I think sometimes when we get anxious or desperate, we don't make good decisions, so that desperation is an enemy to our wellness and wholeness. And so, for us to be thoughtful about the life we are creating and the life that we're worthy of.
We talk a lot about aging well on this show. What does aging well mean to you?
It means living today as if I am writing a love letter to my future self.
That's
So,
beautiful.
yeah, I think it's so important for me to say, in terms of my physical health, that like what I do now can benefit me down the road, financially, for me to make financial decisions that don't create more stress or burden for my future self. Um, and so, yeah, to love the me that is coming in the decisions that I make today.
What are some daily practices you would recommend for nurturing continuous emotional well being and resilience?
I think journaling or poetry writing is a great one, so that you're not suppressing or running from your emotions and thoughts. So, spending some times writing. I would also say movement and dance are great because we hold a lot of stress in our bodies. So, if you can stretch or move every day, whether that's walking or dancing, that's a beautiful practice. And then I would say nurturing your relationships. Sometimes we're so focused on our goals, whether education or professionally, that we can sometimes neglect our friendships, and our relationships are an important part of our life. And so to protect time for your friends, for your family, for love to bloom.
This connects really well with what we were talking about in terms of holistic wellness, this idea of
Yes,
mind, spirit, and also relationships.
that's right. Absolutely. It is touching on every aspect of our lives, so that we can live well.
Many people struggle with self worth. How can they learn to value themselves more deeply and embrace who they truly are?
Yes, I would say to reflect and examine the source of the lie. So if you don't feel good about yourself, often that is rooted in a lie or in an overgeneralization. What does that mean? So it means you may have made some mistakes before, but then if you're defining yourself through that, then that's a form of a lie, right? Or people may have not treated you well, so then you came to believe you didn't deserve to be treated well, which is also a lie. So when I can start to see the lie, then I can reject it, then I can push past it, then I can recognize that is not my truth. And as I do that actively, it's not instant, it's an ongoing process, then I come to see more fully my own worthiness.
For sure. I think that it's also important for people to remember that humans are not unchanging, they're not stable. We're constantly proving ourselves wrong, even if we don't always see it. So that's the
Yeah.
idea of the lie, right? There are
Right.
things that go against that lie, but if you believe it, then you might not see it.
So good. Yes.
What is the biggest impact you would like to leave during your time here on Earth?
liberation. I would love that as a result of any encounter with me or with my writings, that people feel more free and that kind of genuine freedom that does not put down other people, but we would say collective liberation. That is what I would like to be the impact of my work, that either in my dancing, in my poetry, in my writing, in these podcasts, that something is shared or done that helps people to heal and to connect with the most free versions of themselves.
You're definitely on the right track to doing that.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Before we end things today, what is one final message or call to action you would like to share with the audience today?
A call to action I have is actually around activism and social change, that we want to work not only for our personal growth and improvement, but to think about how we can be a blessing, a gift, a benefit to life beyond myself. And so, whatever causes or issues or communities or problems that you have a heart for, to think about ways that you can be a part of the change. So, that might be volunteering, that might be making donations, that might be in the way that you vote or advocating for certain policies. Um, but that as I am working on my healing and freedom, it is my desire to also be connected to the healing and freedom of others.
I really urge people to do the same, because something I've noticed is as I do my own advocacy and help people the ways that I can, it really also helps my own healing. It makes me feel
Right.
good about myself too.
Definitely. It is such a gift, and it's reciprocal, it's mutual, that as you're pouring out, you're also receiving.
For viewers who would like to learn more about your books, your work, your initiatives, where can they find you?
Yes, my website is drthema.com. That's DRTHEMA. And they can also check out my podcast, which is on YouTube at the Homecoming Podcast. And I definitely encourage them to check out the books. The most recent one is Matters of the Heart by Thema Bryant.
Would you like to speak a little bit about that book before we finish things off today?
Sure, that book is Healing Your Relationship with Yourself and Those You Love. So, the first section helps us to move toward more self compassion. And then the second section gives us some of the traits and characteristics for healthy relationships, not just romantic, but friendship and family as well. And then the next section helps us to address relationship challenges that may happen and the ways that we can either heal those ruptures or move forward with our lives, even if it is not in the same relationships we had before. So it is a beautiful roadmap. And in addition to having the physical book and the digital, there's also the audio. So if people prefer to have it read to them, I would love to read you the book.
That sounds wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, Dr. Bryant, thank you so much for sharing your wisdom with us today. It's been a truly meaningful conversation.
I really enjoyed it. Thank you. And I appreciate the thoughtful questions and your warmth as well.
Thank you so much. And thank you to everyone watching today. We hope our conversation inspires you to care for yourself with compassion and continue your own journey of healing and growth. Until next time, may we live long and prosper.